I love the Mexican people. I love the spirit of the Mexican people. I love them.
Is it possible Donald Trump might have more support from the Latino community than Democrats or the mainstream media care to admit? Well, joining me now, national spokesperson for Latinos for Trump and Immigrants for Trump, Marco Gutierrez. So nice to have you in Texas with us.
Thank you. What an honor.
And, you know, we have your infamous sign here as well, which they're going to, because it needs to get the showcasing that it deserves. This thing has been all over the mainstream media. However, they still say, the Democrats still say that you don't exist.
That's correct. Yeah, we exist. We don't have the structure to carry the message.
Right.
We don't have the platform, but we're working on different ways. We have the website, and we're creating a coalition to be able to bring the message to our communities.
So for all the Democrats out there and those in the mainstream media that don't care to admit that there are Latinos for Trump, please tell me why Donald Trump? Why throw your support behind that candidate over Hillary Clinton?
Well, personally, I believe Donald Trump has specific knowledge and unique abilities, life experience that will help him restore the economy. In the industry in which I work, I have seen thousands and thousands of families go bankrupt, lose their houses to foreclosure, lose their lifetime savings, lose their job. And in many cases, their family structure, because there's a lot of divorces that come with that disintegration.
It's about the economy. It's about the economy. It's about business. It's about small business growth, which a lot of Latinos is very passionate for them. But the topic of immigration, of course, is sensitive for some in the Latino community. We can't dismiss that there is a giant portion of Hispanic Latino voters that are anti-Donald Trump because of the comments that he made during his announcement speech, the way he characterized some of the Mexican people. Did that not bother you at all?
No, it's, what I was saying is like going to a therapist and talking about your problems.
Right.
I think that he brought up issues to the table that we needed to talk about. But overall, I think that he has a message that I think there's a lot of Donald Trump, Latinos that are Donald Trump in the closet. And a lot of that has to do with the violent criticism of the left. Right. They ridicule us, and you have all this mainstream media that just attack us.
Well, that's true, and that's the same thing for a lot of the segments of the population that usually vote faithfully Democratic. The African-American voting bloc is another one. Women, those that come out in those groups and say, hey, I support Donald Trump, they're immediately demonized for it. They're almost, their card is almost taken away. Your woman card is taken away if you want to be Republican. Your Latino card is taken away if you want to vote for Trump. Your card for the LGBT community is taken away if you're Republican. It seems like the left works to intimidate and silence everyone that doesn't fall in line with their narrative. Again, we've seen it, you know, in the media. Your sign has been all over the place. You were telling me before the segment today, there's actually been interest from the Smithsonian about...
The Smithsonian Institute wants the sign to put it in their collectibles items. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So when you made this sign, when it started out, when you were coming out for Donald Trump, how early did you get on the Trump train?
I think it was from the get-go, but I started following him. I went to a couple of his rallies, and it's funny because my daughter, who's Amelia, who's 14, she is a feel the burn kind of girl.
Oh, boy,
so me and her, we get into this. And she knows more about policy than I do, so it's difficult.
That's interesting, though, that there can be so many voices. That's what I think is so disturbing to me about a lot of the things we're hearing at the DNC, is that if you're a Democrat, you're not allowed to have differing voices. You're not allowed to disagree with Hillary Clinton. You're not allowed to disagree with the establishment there. And Donald Trump just came and blew up the entire system. There's also a lot of Republicans that aren't happy about it. What do you think about within the party, the Republican Party, the GOP, the never-Trumpers out there that just refuse to acknowledge Donald Trump's success or the voters that are behind him?
I think that if you think about it, it's manifested in a way that he from the get-go said that he was going to be an outsider, and the old-timers, what I call the bleeding Dickens, they were not present. But I don't think we needed them because you can see that there is opportunities for people like me to come and join the Republican Party. And I think the Republican Party is there for to try this new approach of Donald Trump. And unfortunately, it doesn't fit the...
It doesn't fit the old establishment ways of doing things. I think it threatens their power a lot as well.
I believe I believe 75% of the delegates on the floor were new. Was the first time they had at a convention.
And he had more votes than any other Republican in history, so we have to acknowledge that as well. And he brought in other voting blocs. He brought in a lot of former Democrats. He brought in a lot of independents. He brought a lot of Republican voters that may have never been Republican voter and may have registered to vote specifically to vote for Donald Trump. So there's no denying the power that he's been able to hold. I wonder, though, we know Mitt Romney had horrible numbers with the Latino community. I think it was under 30%. What's going to make Donald Trump different? What are we going to be able to do with your voice and my voice and the voices of a lot of Trump supporters out there to get more of the Latino vote for Donald Trump?
Well, I say that Donald Trump speaks the language of the heart, and intellectuals have a hard time with him for that.
Right.
But he speaks to the general population, and I think that what we're going to see is that all these new people that didn't follow Romney, they're going to follow Donald Trump.
What is the message? I'm sure that you've met others. You said your daughter's a Phil the Burn girl. There's others in the Latino community that probably have come after you or have resented you a little bit for your support for Donald Trump. What do you say to them? Has there been that much resentment, or do you feel more support than resentment?
What I feel, and this is like an everyday battle for me, there is more anti-Trump than pro-Hillary.
Right.
And it's a very destructive position to take, because they just want, my dad had this saying in Spanish, it's like, there is some people that will burn their house to see yours just catch on fire.
Right.
And I see that a lot on a lot of anti-Trump people, and I feel bad for them, because instead of using the energy to go against Trump, they should use that energy to go and do something.
Go against Hillary as well. I mean, my goodness, we should realize what the real threat here is. I thank you for being here. I thank you for having that voice. When you heard Donald Trump speak at the convention, when he accepted the nomination, you know, of course, his message was, we're going to make America great again. We're going to make it safe again. We're going to make the rule of law be a thing that we bring into this century, because I don't think it's been honored for a long time, especially under the Obama administration. What were your thoughts about his speech? Some people didn't like it.
My thoughts were like, I saw the efforts of thousands and thousands of people, the love and devotion of all these people that stood by Donald Trump against all the odds.
Right.
And to me, Donald Trump, he's an alchemist. He has been able to make ice cream out of dirt, and I really like that about that guy.
What a perfect way to sum it up. I'm going to quote you on that, and thank you for bringing your side. Thanks so much for being with me, and continue the fight. We're going to change the world.
The USA is a mess today. You can hop on the Trump train. You can hop on the Trump train. He's anti-establishment. He is a businessman. And he's so good at negotiating, he makes Democrats vote for him. All we need is you. If you wanna come, you gotta come.